Welcome back to the channel Utopia Magic Tarot. I hope everyone is doing well. Hopefully nobody tries to call me because I totally forgot to turn down my notifications. Hi, hello, my name is Amy. So we're going to do a past life reading today. Okay, let's see. How do I want to do this? We're going to use this one. This one and this one. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, it's not the best view. I do apologize, but you'll be able to see the reading. Oh no, hair ripped. Alrighty. So pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Okay, so let's do a quick meditation if you guys like to do that. If not, just skip to your timestamp. Totally understand. So pile 1, 2, 3. Okay, so close your eyes and imagine yourself laying down. And your soul self is going to rise out of your body. You'll look back down at yourself. And then as you turn around to look the other way, there's an angel standing there with open arms, ready to take you in with love, nothing but pure love and clarity, love and clarity. So as you walk up to this angel and give them a hug, you are receiving love and clarity. And in your mind's eye, imagine you're receiving this love and clarity, and it's pushing out all like the dark energy out or the negative energy out. It's pushing all of that out, and it's refilling your soul self with good energy. Okay. You'll look over and there's a hallway. You'll walk, and on each side of the hallway is doors on each side. You'll walk down the hallway, and if you have to open more than one door, that's fine. But you're either going to see something to do with these or numbers 1, 2, or 3. So when you open the door, what number do you see? 1, 2, or 3? Okay. So let's go ahead and start with pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1. What was their past life? What was pile number 1's past life? Pile number 1's past life, please and thank you. Wow, okay. 5 of Wands. No bueno so far. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. 2 5s coming out already. And then the 9 of Cups reversed. The Moon reversed. Interesting because this is 5 and 5, and this is 9, and this is 18. 8 plus 1 is 9, so it's 9 and 9. 5, 5, 9, 9. And then the Ace of Cups reversed. In your guys' past life, there was a lot of conflict. Let's ask why. What was the purpose of it? Like, why was there conflict? Thank you. So, in your past life, pile 1, I do believe that you was born into a family that were, what's the word? Just negative all the time. They were not happy. They weren't happy with their lives. They couldn't come to terms with how their life was. No matter how hard they worked, they couldn't. It was like it always came back to conflict. And that rubbed off on you. So you was that way as well. you was a bit negative and always seen the cup half empty, you know. So that, you know, that inside feeling, and you didn't follow your intuition. All of these waters are upside down. You never followed your intuition. Were they receiving intuition? The Emperor. I don't know that you had time. I don't know that you had time because you were so caught up in whatever your lifetime was about that lifetime. Like, I feel like you were more worried about being in power. And honestly, it was almost like you were so stuck in your own world that you wanted people stuck with you there. If you were miserable, they had to be miserable too. Interesting. Let me pause this real quick so you'll notice a change a little bit. But I need to go through my cards. I didn't get them all together before I started the reading. So I need to do that really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got them all out now. Okay, I want to see what chakra was impacted the most in your last lifetime. Let's see which chakra was impacted the most, because I can't lie to you guys. This is traumatic. This sits deep in your blood, and I know that, or in your soul. Unless you've reincarnated in the same family bloodline, but it's like it sits within inside of you. What chakra? Thank you. And you know, guys, this reading for pile 1, heart chakra, that makes so much damn sense. But for pile number 1, this reading is like, I'm just going to move on with what I was saying. And you know what's interesting, you guys? 18, ace, and 8. So I'm seeing 18s again. Anyways, continuing on. Fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra, compassion and forgiveness. I have compassion for myself and those around me. Okay. I let go of anger, resentments, and torments from the past, and I do not give my power away to those involved. I see that a lot. Like, you allowed people, and you may still do these things. So if this is resonating for your current lifetime, it's because it's residual energy from the past lifetime. But if you find yourself allowing other people to make you feel upset more than you should, or more than you know you should, you know, it's just something that it's your heart chakra. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. I forgive myself for things I feel I could have done differently. And I remind myself that my response could not have been more evolved than it was at the time. I am compassionate to those in need, as this shows them that they are not alone. I practice this by listening, sharing, and understanding, and being of service. So, with my pile number 1s, if this is really resonating for you, a good way to work on your heart chakra I just said last, so this might be your last lifetime, but this lifetime is to work on loving other people and forgiving people. There may be certain people that you absolutely, like, there's a burning sense in your body that you cannot forgive this person. And let me tell you, that is one of your biggest missions this lifetime. I know it's really, really hard to hear, especially depending on what that said person did. I'm not saying that it couldn't have been very, very ugly. And I'm not saying that it can't be a reason for why you feel the way you feel today. Why you have what you have today. Okay? The reason why people say forgive, not for them, but for yourself, is because so you don't have to constantly be living with the memories. And if you catch yourself having a hard time forgiving, whenever, and you know, this is going to be a really good practice for you guys, because these thoughts come up often, right? Of the certain people that, you know, it's hard to forgive. These thoughts, they come up often. And rather than feeding them with anger and resentment and bitterness, which I'm not saying those are not valid responses, because anger just lets us know a boundary was crossed. But I am saying that you can, each time it happens, counteract it. I forgive this person. I forgive this person. I forgive this person. And put their name. Say, I, Amy, forgive Charlie Brown. Okay, just whatever it is, say it. Each time it happens, and over time, I know it sounds ridiculous, but over time, it will get easier. And with you speaking those things out loud, the universe is going to start catching on. And they're going to start sending you more content, more people, more ideas, more intuition. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull a past life card, because I do want to see. I'm very intrigued to see what your past life card will be. So let's see. What was pile number 1's past life? Thank you. Angels. You know, let me grab the paper, because I don't know like the description for this, but my big idea is that angels were around you heavy in the last lifetime, and more than likely in this lifetime as well. So let me grab those papers really quick. Alrighty, so the Angels card, this is what it says from the book. You drew this card as a sign from your guardian angels who have been with you throughout your soul's journey. In between each lifetime, your angels work with you to review lessons you've just learned. They also prepare and help you prepare and plan your next lifetime. You may have functioned as an angel during your time in heaven. You helped guide and heal your loved ones, just like your angels do for you. As a result, you hold a deep love for guardian angels. Your guardian angels know all the details of every lifetime, and they can help gently recall significant memories that will allow you to heal in your present life. Okay, so this is coming out to let you know you've been working with angels. If you, especially, have you been seeing a lot of angel numbers? That's a really big indicator they're still with you. Okay, and they want to help you with this past life. They want to help you with it. They want to help you release this anger. They want to help you release the control. They want to help you release the poverty. When you wake up, you may not it says, call upon your angels as you're falling asleep to reveal relevant memories while you're sleeping. When you wake up, you may not recall all the details of your dream. However, once you're prepared to consciously remember your past, the material will be given to you. You'll only remember what you're emotionally able to handle. Archangel Michael, the angel of courage, strength, and protection. Raphael, the angel of physical and emotional healing. Raziel, the angel of God's secrets and mysteries. Beautiful. Will help anyone who calls upon them. Like all archangels, they're unlimited and non-denominational. They can be with everyone simultaneously, offering their unconditional loving power. I think that's beautiful. And it really does speak to the movement that's going on this earth right now. Like, everybody's spiritual. You know, I was spiritual before spiritual was cool, and I know a lot of you guys probably was too. And it's good that people are waking up to the angels and seeing these numbers, and that's actually really, really interesting, because you're getting all these repeating numbers in your reading, such as the 5s, the 18s, the 9s. Okay, so that's your past life. Let's get some advice. Advice for pile number 1. Thank you. It says, Diana, be one with nature. Okay, so this is your advice. Be one with nature. This could also be an indicator that you have spirit animals. You know, like, for instance, I'll go through phases every now and again where a certain animal will pop up. So I've had that with bears. deer, spiders. I can't think of the other ones right now, but I know it's been like specific animals like that. And like they'll keep popping up, and that's a sign for you. Look up. Like for instance, like maybe you keep seeing deer and you keep seeing somebody posting something about deer, and now you see another post about deer, and a random video, a random ad on YouTube is about deer. Look up what is the spiritual meaning of a deer, because that's going to be what you're embodying. That's what you can embody to help you at this time. Pay attention to the signs you're receiving. There's a reason why you are receiving them. Let's get some more advice from my pile number ones. And something I feel like I'm hearing from you guys is something about money. You can't get to the money. You can't get to the wealth until you go through the heart first. You have to go through inside out. It's not going to work that way. You're trying to cut corners. It's not going to work like that. Or maybe you're trying to cut corners. I don't know. But if that's your feelings. Okay, innocence. Alrighty. It says, beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. What have I been saying? It says, give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook. This lifetime, pile one, you're meant to be a loving person. If you have children, I know you have a hard time connecting with them. I know you do. I know you do. If you have parents and maybe they're changing for the better, you still hold that resentment. I know you do. Maybe there's an ex out there. You hope they get back car. I know you do. But that is not helping you. That's not what your purpose is this lifetime. And the moment you're able to forgive your worst enemy here on heaven and earth, on earth, excuse me, I'm trying to say heaven and earth, is the moment that heaven's going to realize it and start sending you people that you don't have to forgive anymore, because you learned how to forgive. You don't have to learn how to forgive anymore. You don't have to learn how to let it go. Let's get some keywords. Keywords for pile number one, please and thank you. Okay. Main character energy. So you're definitely the main character, and you may have forgotten that. Memories. This may be something that bothers you. You may feel like, dang, why can't I stop replaying these memories? Why can't I stop? Because you are the main character of your story. Of course you're going to have these memories. It says trust. And the last one coming out, which is not the best word that I wanted to see, but addiction. So with the word trust and then addiction coming out, it makes me think that trust that there is purpose in these memories that you have surrounding addiction. This is a specific message. You know, everything happens for a reason. Forgive these people. Forgive yourself. Advice for pile one. Your commitment is being tested. You need to show the world the real you. Okay, so your commitment is being tested. Who are you really? Are you a good person? Are you a kind-hearted person? You're being tested on that. Do you really love people like you say you do? Are you spiritual like you say you are? I'm not trying to judge you guys. I hope you know that. I hope this reading is resonating. If it resonates, look at that, y'all. 2, 3. What does that equal? 5. What was the first numbers coming out in your reading? 5. Change is so important for you guys. Endless cycles. There's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again until you've tried and restrained, until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. All right, I'm moving on to pile 2. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Number 2. Okay, sorry, that was really annoying and stupid. So let's continue. Pile number 2. I'm going to give this a quick pause and shuffle the cards so it doesn't take up too much time of your reading, and I'll be right back. All right, pile number 2. Pile number 2 is past life. Pile number 2 is past life, please. Thank you. Pile number 2 is past life. All right, pile 2. Pile number 2. What I'm picking up on is that you had what I'm picking up on is you had wealth, but the trauma that came with it just wasn't worth it. I almost feel like you might have passed away in like a psych ward or something. Like by the end of your days, it was just like that, it was just like, it was so much trauma. It literally made you go insane. Let me back this up a little bit. Sorry if you can't see all the cards. I do apologize. And this really affected you in the way of people seeing you as lazy. But it was like you had no ambition to go forward because you were already healing, maybe not even healing, but you already had so much crap to deal with. It was like trying to be successful was like literally one of the last things on your mind. And with this Ten of Pentacles here, it's telling me that more than likely you had wealth. You were given wealth from the family, but not only that, you was given trauma. So it was like your parents tried to make up for what they had done. But at the end of the day, there still was no light. All of these cards, there's a sun on this one, there is a sun on this one, and this is a wand with a flame on it, and they are all upside down. All of the fire should not be underground. The fire would be above ground, but it's under. It's like it was so caked in trauma. So let's see, what was this trauma? What was the trauma? Thank you. Ooh. The trauma had a lot to do with the way people spoke with you. Maybe they weren't hateful to you, but it was like there was no communication. It was like almost like your childhood memories. There really wasn't a whole lot that you could pinpoint in this past lifetime. It was like you had no control over anything. And a lot of that had to do with you not being able to speak. It was like there was, or maybe you couldn't speak, honestly. A lack of, a speech impediment or something like that. If you're struggling with this lifetime, that could be the reason why from this past lifetime. And for you, it was like everything was moving so slowly. Like your last lifetime was like really slow. Like, I feel like you died a slow death. Or you just lived a really long time. It was like you were blessed with all these things. You were blessed with inheriting money. You were blessed with health. You were blessed with intelligence, I see. But something to do with the trauma that came in, like the lack of affection and the lack of communication. It really impacted you. Why did it impact them this way? What was the purpose? The Lovers reversed. This was, oh, wow. This last lifetime, it sounds messed up, but it taught you a lot about love and what is important. And maybe you weren't able to see that while you were alive in that lifetime, but when you passed away and you did your life review, you was like, wow. You know, love is really important. I thought I could just go down here and be blessed with all these things. But, you know, communication and love really is important. And, you know, you had to learn how to stand up for yourself against people a lot. Even your lovers. Even your lovers. That's how bad you manifested this chaos. And let's just continue. And what do I want to ask? Okay, so the purpose was to learn true love. I want to know what the purpose this lifetime is for Pile 2. What is their purpose this lifetime? This lifetime for Pile 2. Thank you. The Moon, trusting your intuition, knowing where to go, knowing when you're being deceived. Interesting. 6, 7, 18. You guys are on the right track. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you guys are definitely on the right track. Then you got 9 and 10 right here. You're on the right track for sure. But it's like, you know, too much isolation is what I'm picking up. There was a lot of isolation in your past lifetime, and not by your own doing. It's like you craved intimacy and you craved connection, but where you didn't receive it as a kid in your subconscious mind, you created a belief, and so it was put out into the world that way as well. Let me get a past life card. I'm so intrigued. I can't wait to see what comes out. What was pile number 2's past life? Thank you. Atlantis. Interesting. I wish I knew more theories about that place. Okay, Atlantis, page 19. Okay, so Atlantis for pile number 2. Your past lifetime in ancient Atlantis is affecting your current situation. You have memories of this idyllic civilization that offered every imaginable wonder. There's a longing for utopia that you unconsciously remember and which you know is possible in this world. Your soul also remembers the tragic ending of Atlantis. And you may have developed phobias about the ocean as a result. Although you love the sea, perhaps you prefer not to go swimming or sailing. You also recall how the majority of Atlanteans were peace-loving, with the exception of a few political leaders who misused crystal power to the detriment of all. You may be extra sensitive to issues relating to political corruption in this lifetime. Okay. I'm going to go back and look at that because I want to see how this is pertaining to the reading that we're doing. Okay, so what's interesting to me is it said you have this idealization of what life should be like because of this past lifetime. And, that makes a lot of sense because the very first card that came out was the Ten of Pentacles. It was like family was everything, but you still had your own stuff because, like I said, family wasn't everything. It wasn't. It just wasn't. And maybe in Atlantis, maybe you lived in Atlantis and that was the thing. Like, do some research. Look up some stuff on Google. You may figure out some more stuff. But I feel like that's what you're holding on to this lifetime, is the idea that there is an ideal way of living, and that this life is not as good as what your past life was. And from the cards I'm seeing here, I don't see that. I don't see that life. Just because you had everything you needed didn't mean you had everything you needed. And like, you're idealizing something you don't even know all the details about. Be much more humble when it comes to jealousy and bitterness, and just, you don't really understand. None of us really understand. It's like we come to every lifetime to learn something. We come to every lifetime to balance this out. So if you're still feeling this way, like, oh, well, life could be better. Life could have been better. That's not the point. That's not the purpose. The purpose is, well, not the purpose, but you can overcome that and have what you want, all the beauty of life. But you're idealizing something that isn't true. You're wanting something that's no longer there. That's what's hindering you this lifetime. This lifetime, you're meant to follow your intuition. With this reading, there's a lot of, there's a lot of just things we don't know. There's a lot of hidden stuff we don't know in this reading. I'm not picking up anything. This is not a personal reading anyway. So if you wanted a personal reading, you could book one with me at utopiamagic.org. But other than that, it's so murky, and that's why I think your intuition's coming out here once again. Like, use your intuition to decipher whether this part resonates with you or whether this part does, and run with it. Don't question yourself. Go with it, because really what's going to happen? If you don't question, if you not question something and you just run with it, might be more powerful. Okay, that was word vomit. Let's continue. Let's get some advice for my pile number 2. Since the Atlantis card came out, we're going to pull a crystal. I would love to pull a crystal for you guys. What crystal would pile number 2 benefit from? Thank you. Okay, so I don't know if I can say this word. It says vanadite. Vanadinite. I'm probably not saying that right. What is it? Playful, geometric, and fiery. A mining byproduct often sourced from America's Southwest, forms an orange to red hexagonal shaped crystals when lead are oxidized. When lead or oxidizes. Sorry, I seen R, not or. That's what it looks like. Okay, so this one is for having a good time. It's for being more joyful. Okay, it says, who needs it? Those lacking self-discipline. Where to put it? Vanadite has a high lead content, so definitely not in your mouth. When to use it? When it's time to live in the moment, when you are in the prime audience for a motivational speech, whether it's hard work, making art, or just a blissed out moment free from the mind's ongoing commentary. And energizing meditation with vanadite can help knock down whatever stands between you and your happy place. God, I'm so sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted, but I did say, for pile number 2, the communication thing. Oh my goodness, y'all. Okay. Let's continue. Let's get some keywords for you guys. Pile 2's keywords is karma. Play. We was just talking about that. Love your life. Have sex. Heart chakra. Mars, abandonment, and belief systems. There are certain belief systems you was meant to abandon this lifetime, okay? There's certain subconscious belief systems that is meant to be abandoned this lifetime. Okay, since the heart chakra came out, let's see if it'll come out again. What chakra was really... What chakra has something to do with their last lifetime and this lifetime? Okay, thank you. Crown chakra, one with all. I feel the divine force flowing through me. I honor this and I know that it flows through all. I am calm in knowing that I am one with all, and I contemplate and meditate on this fact. I regularly remind myself that we are all from the same source and that we are all on a journey as spiritual beings experiencing this physical existence. I am aware that I have a choice as to how I respond to what is happening in my life. My responses have an enormous effect on my spiritual, mental, and emotional and physical well-being. So the way you're viewing your life is really important, and that's what I was saying with like you're viewing it as like, I wish I had this, I wish I had that. Work with what you got. That's all you got. You can wish all day long. Work with what you got. That's all that's left. That's basically what I'm getting, is that's what your spirit guides are saying. That's all that's left at this point. It says creativity. Get creative. What do you have and what could you work with? Get creative with what you're doing. There's always 10,000 other ways to do something. There's always another idea. If you can't think of something, ask people. That's how people get different ideas for stuff, because they ask different people. Advice for pile number 2, please and thank you. It's time to release negativity. Yep. What does pile number 2 need to hear? And this says full moon in Scorpio, so you could be a Scorpio. It says, Hecate, change is important, release the past. All right, literally 2 cards coming out talking about release. And you could do some research on this person, Hecate. Okay, so it says it's time to release negativity and change is important, release the past. At this point, it is so important for you. It's like part of your karma, because remember, karma came out, to abandon certain belief systems. It's time for you to have a good time. It's time for you to get creative. And honestly, your last lifetime, that might have been a big thing about it too. You might have just got in your head. Like, oh, well, life isn't, I don't have enough love, but you had all the money. You had wealth. You had power, possibly. And all you wanted was love. And I guarantee this lifetime is vice versa. Something like that. It's a perfect balance to everything. And you're working it out perfectly. You're on the right track, regardless if you think you're not. Okay, let's get an angel number for you guys. What angel number does pile number 2 need to be looking out for? Thank you. 21, 21. 21? Okay. Energy levels. Prosperity, harmony, journey, waiting, discipline, exaggeration, and the opposite sex. Literally, that's what this Vanadite, I can't say it, y'all, but it says, who needs it? Those lacking self-discipline. And 2121 coming out talking about discipline. It says, that day you're waiting for will come. Maintain discipline. You're getting closer to your end goal. There's no need to overextend yourself. Guard your energy to remain focused. It will pay off. It's a climb, not an elevator ride. Trust in you. Exactly. It is a climb, not an elevator ride. It's something you have to work towards this lifetime. And because maybe last lifetime things was handed to you and it didn't work. You're like, let's go the complete opposite. Let me be born with nothing and see how well that goes. There's a perfect balance to everything. You're going to work it out this lifetime. I have faith in you. Okay, so let's move on to pile number 3. Pile number 3 What does pile number 3 need to hear about their past life? What does pile number 3 need to hear about their past life? Who was pile 3 in their past life? Please and thank you. Who was pile 3 in their past life? This one's literally, it says stuck at home, and there's the Hermit. Okay, who was pile 2 in their past life? Okay, I feel like pile 2 or 3, I'm sorry, pile 3, I think you guys, you were very spiritual. You've got 3 9s coming out here. You have 2 8s and 1 2. Oh wow. Okay. Sorry, I know y'all can't see the cards the way I would love for you to be able to see the cards. Okay. Something I'm picking up on is you guys was a hard worker. That's for sure. But it was like almost like your anxiety or like your people skills was not up to par. You didn't have the confidence to be up to par, like to be able to have people skills. Why was that? Why did they struggle? Knight of Wands. You know, that's crazy because that other card was talking about that as well. It's like, you know, not making a decision. Interesting. It was like you were such an intelligent person, so very spiritual, like Sagittarius type energy, very intelligent, but less like a Sagittarius and more probably like, I don't know, a Capricorn or a Taurus or something. Not even that, but like an earth or a water sign. Very inside of yourself, like just going within constantly, always being there, not wanting to leave. And that might be, and you know, being with inside of yourself, like it caused a lot of anxiety and like just thoughts that weren't true because you had way too much time with yourself and not enough time with other people. You didn't have enough time to receive other people's ideas. Not saying you wouldn't have read about them in a book, but I think your life, not that you weren't smart, I think you were just more of a hard worker, like a business person. Excuse me. What's pile number 3 need to hear? Ooh, the Devil. That's what you're working on this lifetime. Is you're not letting go of hard work. You're balancing your hard work with love and not allowing yourself to break your own heart. Like you're releasing being scared. You know, a lot of, you know, you not showing up for people, maybe this lifetime has a lot to do with the insecurities. Fear of failure, fear of even being seen. Oh, if I'm seen, I have no idea. Even if it's not even a big deal, you know, fear of being seen. Oh, I don't know how they're going to view me. I look this way, and, you know, I look better whenever I take my own pictures and post them, you know, like I don't want other people taking pictures. You know, it's a very scared mindset. Pile 3. What was pile 3's past life? And I don't know, but pile number 1, 2, and 3, you guys are getting a lot of angel numbers. So for you, it's 7, 8, 9. Because it's 8, 8, 9, 9. There's also a 6. You're on the right track, y'all. You may teeter-totter back and forth, but you're definitely on the right track. Your past life, you was a little bit scared to let go of your knowledge or to let go of the information you received. I don't know if there was a competition to it or maybe you were like a scientist or something like that. I really see that. Like you could have been like an Aquarius, like energy, like a scientist or something like that. but you were stuck in yourself, man. It was like it was a lot of ego. Not in like a malicious way, though. Like, not in like a horrible way. It was just like it was what it was. Okay. What was the purpose of this lifetime? To think. To receive new ideas. That's crazy. You guys are just meant to survive that lifetime. And I assume you did. You survived. What was the purpose of Pile 3's last lifetime? Thank you. Okay. So a lot of it has to do with the way you think. Your past life had a lot to do with the way you think and the way you view things, the things you go after. But what I'm seeing is like, it's not that you were stupid at all. It was just like you never put anything into action, so how are you to really know? Which is interesting. Interesting. That lifetime was a lot about learning. You did a lot of learning that lifetime. This lifetime, what is this lifetime? I guarantee it's about living. What is this lifetime about for Pile 3? I'm not taking all those. What is this lifetime about for Pile 3? Thank you. 8 of Wands. It says do it now. It's time for y'all to get shit done. Direct action. Know what you want. Go after it. It could even have something to do with family, and it definitely has something to do with intuition. Yep. Okay, let's get a past life card and see what your past life is. Pile number 3's past life. Pile number 3's past life. Thank you. Persecution and Inquisition. Ooh, okay. Pile number 3. Interesting. Let's see what they... Oh, 75. Pile number 3's past life. You drew this card as validation of your suspicions. You were accused of witchcraft, being a heathen, or other crimes in the past. You suffered greatly as a result of ensuing persecution. No fucking wonder y'all did not like hanging out with people. That makes so much sense. In the past, your character and behaviors were examined publicly, and you were blamed for crop failures and deaths that had nothing to do with you. Your neighbors and government said that you were casting spells, which was a capital offense. In reality, you were a good-hearted person, as you remain to this day, who had the ability to see into the future and to use the energy for healing purposes. That lifetime has made you very sensitive to gossip and rumors. If someone falsely accuses you now, you become fearful and upset, because that's the behavior that led you to your painful death in previous lives. You may also be afraid to openly admit that you're still a talented healer and psychic. Unconsciously, you're keeping your spiritual skills a secret to avoid recreating the pain of the past. To heal from this, know that your current lifetime, spiritual teachers and healers are revered instead of feared. You agreed to incarnate at this time because your hard-known knowledge from previous lifetimes is needed in this world. And the fact that you're back on Earth shows that no one can harm you permanently or prevent you from pursuing your spiritual path. What did I say? It's a very spiritual Sagittarius energy. I am so sorry I'm yelling at you guys, but it's so beautiful. You guys were like learning a lot in your past lifetime. And maybe because you were so open to all knowledge, it didn't matter what it was, you were open to learning about it. You were accused of something. Maybe you were persecuted for something for that reason. And no wonder you didn't like putting things into effect. But this lifetime, you have the availability to do so. You have the options to do so. Let's get some advice. What chakra was affected the most in pile number 3's past life? That's a lot of them. So, okay, only one. So, honestly, pile number 3, if you're not against it, totally do a whole all your chakra meditation YouTube video or something, like every chakra in one video, because I honestly, a lot of chakras are unbalanced. But what chakra was mostly impacted? What chakra should they focus on based on this past lifetime? It says crown chakra, divine intervention. I honor a higher power and know that anything is possible. I let a higher power have a more active presence in my life, and I know that my life is divinely guided. I surrender to this truth. I know that I am loved, guided, and protected by a higher source. I am open to seeking guidance in my spiritual quest from a spiritual teacher, master, or guru. And which is interesting about that, because it said something about teachers were revered, not feared this lifetime. So if you have any underlying fears that you're not even really sure why you have them, this is why. Okay, it says you have all the answers. Dude, you are so, like, you should start a YouTube channel or like anything, a TikTok, Facebook, anything, because you have so much information that the world needs. You have a perspective that the world doesn't. Let's get some keywords for pile number 3. Thank you. Financial abundance and health. Nice. So it seems like your health and financial abundance is important. Look at that. Spells. Conditional love. Okay, so the conditional love, be wary of that. You may have a few people in your life that conditionally love you, and you know exactly who I'm thinking about. It was a person who popped up in your mind when I first said it. And if that doesn't resonate, don't take it. You guys are meant to do magic this lifetime. Point blank, period. That shit could help you with your money. It could help you with your health. It could help you with your money. But don't you worry, all we got is time. So if it don't get done this lifetime, we'll just do it next. What is some advice for pile number 3? Please and thank you. Something else I'm picking up on, you guys might have traveled to, because I don't pick up that you were persecuted. I pick up that you could have almost been persecuted, like you got away from it. You got out of it, like you traveled out of it. And that's why you stayed so low key. So the card that came out is True North, and it says stay true to yourself. So look up your North Node in your birth chart. If you don't know what it is, look up the website. It's called justastrologythings.com. That's my favorite website. It probably could just be a total BS website, but I love it personally. But your North Node is important. What is their purpose this lifetime? What is pile number 3's purpose this lifetime? What is pile number 3's purpose? Please and thank you. 8 of Cups. Walk away. There's certain things you're meant to walk away from. You're meant to try things out. You're meant to do things. You're meant to try magic and do new paths and just feel these feelings that comes with, walking away from something and move on from it. Okay? What does pile number 3 need to hear? And if I accidentally pull from the same deck twice, just forgive me. What does pile number 3 need to hear? What is pile 3's advice? Please and thank you. Have faith in your dreams. And it says meditate and contemplate. So if you've been feeling any doubt in your dreams, just have faith in them, because it's going to happen this lifetime. It's just a matter of time. It's literally just a matter of time. I'm glad that I finally had a moment to bring this up because I didn't know what to say about time. It's just a matter of time, though. And it says meditate and contemplate. Don't forget your spirituality. That's so important. Like, it's like you're meant to do magic this lifetime. You're meant to read cards. You're meant to talk to people. You're meant to teach people the things that you know. You're so very needed here. You're so very important. What does pile number 3 need to hear? Learning to love myself. I choose to see the beauty in me. My wealth lies in my nature and potential. I transform my weaknesses into strengths. I realize that I am a being of light and I allow myself to shine. Yep, you allow yourself to shine. No more fear. No more fear this lifetime. There's no reason for you to feel fear. And you know, at this point, it might not even be fear of getting murdered. It could be fear of embarrassment. It could have just transformed into something else because you got to have a reason to feel fear, right? So if it's not logical that you're going to get persecuted for something, oh, well, I'm just embarrassed. You know, that's a logical reason that you could trade out the other one for, right? So you got 2 angel number cards. Actually, pile 2 got energy levels and feminine. They didn't get this, but pile 2 got this one. So I'm going to read this one first. So maybe if you guys felt drawn to pile 2, go listen to it. It says energy levels. That day you're waiting on will come. It's just a matter of time, like I said. Maintain discipline. You're getting closer to your end goal. There's no need to overextend yourself. Guard your energy to remain focused. It will pay off. It's a climb, not an elevator ride. Trust in you. So have you been seeing a lot of 2s or 1s or 21 or 12? It says feminine forces. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Partner up with the right spirit and you'll become a force. Honor commitments and people around. Don't judge. Just listen. And I almost have a feeling that would be a little bit hard for you because I don't know, maybe I just don't pick up the energy that that's something you do very often is like get into relationships or something. And if you do, it can typically end, you know, just because you got a lot to work out. You know, there's a lot to not want control over. You know, people wanted control over you and now you're, oh my God, life purpose. Remember the true north came out with that's your north node in your birth chart. That's your purpose. Well, it's part of your purpose. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose. Then your purpose will serve you. Yep. Okay, if there was a if there was a crystal that pile number 3 could use, which one would you want them to use to help them? Thank you. So, keep dropping it. So this is what it looks like. It's so pretty, actually. It's beautiful. Wow. Okay. It says bismuth, bismuth. What is it? An iridescent crystalline metal with a stair-step structure that forms when liquid bismuth cools. I'm probably saying these words wrong. I'm so sorry. This energy is focusing, conductive, and awakening. Who needs it? The easily distractors, burners, people who are very bored. Where to put it? On your desk, in a Silicon Valley, and in your utility belt in a black rock city. The words on these cards, man. Okay. When to use it. For those looking for some psychedelic influence without swallowing the red pill, lie on your back and take 10 or 100 or 1,000,000 powerful breaths through your mouth with bismuth placed on your forehead. Then break out of tired gray thought patterns and get into route to a more colorful, energized life. Rewrite your code with rainbows. So there you go, pile number 3. I'm going to end the reading here. If it resonated, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.